I feel like this is going to be such a mishmash of clips, but honestly, that's just how it's been recently. So it is Wednesday, the 10th of April. I made a lot of progress yesterday, as you would know, because I spoke to you guys about sorting out my footage and really getting closer to making this app work for me. I've decided how I'm going to review my finances for the first 3 months of the year, so I feel really good. And then once that's done, I'm going to plan some of my content. Like I said, obviously I sorted all my footage out yesterday, but I need to see what I actually have and if I have something for next week. I've uploaded for this week already on Monday, so I'm good for this week, but I need to sort myself out because I'm going to need something to upload for next week. I'm going to eat my lunch first. I have like a mini salad, and then I've got chicken wraps, chicken salad wraps, and then I've got a bag of hula hoop puffs and a can of Diet Coke for my lunch. I have already set up my computer for Pretty Little Liars. I'm on that episode where they look like they're in a black and white film, and I really don't like it, but I don't want to skip it in case there's important information, because it seems like they are still living the same reality, but it's just in like a black and white film. So if I miss this episode, I'm going to miss important parts because they're still living their reality and you're still like the whole A story is unfolding. But I've got a feeling that once this black and white stops, it's just going to be Spencer's imagination, because Spencer's been like overloading herself on sleeping pills. Well, not sleeping pills. It's actually the opposite. It's pills so she can stay awake. So she can try and get to the bottom of this whole Ezra link and etc. So I don't know if she's had like a burnout or something and this is all her imagination, or whether this is actually real. I'm still really confused. So I'm on that episode at the moment. The whole Ezra story is unraveling. Caleb left. Let me just take a moment. I hate the writers for doing that. I know that was really aggressive, but it's really how I feel, and I'm sure there's loads of girls out there that feel the same. Yeah, I can't lie, like why? Like I know they got a whole spin-off of out of it, like, but no, like no, it's so annoying. And obviously like Hannah doesn't even get any closure. Like Caleb is this great guy, like through their relationship, and he's so supportive and there for her and wants to protect her, and like they have such an amazing relationship, and it ends that way. Like it's so, I don't know, it's just so frustrating. Like he doesn't give her any closure. Obviously he can't tell her what he's found in Ravenswood. He can't, which I understand, they can't disclose any of that because it's making a viewer want to watch the spin-off. If they come in and tell everything on here, you're not going to want to watch the spin-off. So I understand, but it's frustrating as hell because I just feel like he wouldn't really do that if it wasn't for that spin-off. Do you know what I mean? Like he's so obsessed with Hannah, and like he's so in love with her, and like I feel like that's so obvious throughout. I don't know, comment down below your opinion and thought. And he always communicates with her, and like, I don't know, they just have a good relationship. Like the only time I feel like they keep secrets from each other is when he's helping, when him and Paige are like trying to find A by themselves. But even then, like, he doesn't really keep a lot of secrets from her. I don't know, like, he says to her, like, we can't keep secrets in this relationship. Like, I think, like, a lot of green flags, literally. And, yeah, like, he's just so besotted by her. And it's just such a shit way to end that, like, storyline. And, yeah, it's really frustrating as a viewer, I think. But I understand, like, they wanted a spin-off. But I just think sometimes, like, you can't do spin-offs at the cost of the integrity of the original show. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that happened with Vampire Diaries. Like, I think pulling all the originals out of Vampire Diaries really derailed Vampire Diaries. And I get it's great because they got another spin-off show, and like the originals has done really well. I think like it's a great show, it's a great storyline, but like, I don't know, they were a big part of Vampire Diaries. Like the whole first 3 seasons is about finding out about the original family and their history, and then all of a sudden all of them characters are removed and there's nothing to do with them anymore, and they have to bring in all these new storylines and stuff. I don't know, I just think it really like fell apart a bit. And like, I was the biggest fan of that show, and I can't even really watch the later seasons. Like and I think that's an example of like, yeah, they've had another successful show, but like, for me, I don't know, I think it took so much away from the original show. And I don't know whether Pretty Little Liars are going to start doing that, because as you go into the later seasons, they have more spin-offs. And yeah, like Caleb is a big part of the original show, and like a lot, like I don't know, maybe I'm speaking for myself, but I think a lot of viewers like his character, and he has such a big involvement with like following A and his like computer skills, and there's so much there that I don't know, I just think pulling him out was so frustrating. Like, and it's really funny because when Travis come into it, I was like, I swear Travis dates Hannah, or like they have a thing, I don't know, but I couldn't, at the time she was so with Caleb, and I thought, but how does that, and I completely forgot about Caleb leaving, and yeah, like that's how you remember some things and then you forget others. It's so weird when you're rewatching stuff. Comment down below what you think, like if you watch Pretty Little Liars, what do you think about him leaving, or just who's your favourite, like just comment down below what you think about the show. I'd love to hear everyone else's thoughts as well. But so frustrating is like they've done this shadow play episode where they look like they're in a black and white movie right at one of the most crucial parts. Like this is the episode where you find out where like Arya finds out that Ezra is A, and like all of that's unfolding, and it's not even really a proper episode. Like I don't know, I really don't like that. I don't understand why the writers did that at all. Like because it's in a black and white film, some of the reality is real and some of it isn't. So like, for example, the A storyline is still real. Arya's still finding out that Ezra is A, and like Spencer still thinks he's A. Spencer goes round to his apartment and Mona's there, and all of that like is her trying to find out if he's A. Like all of that storyline's real. But then there's scenes where Emily and Paige are like, oh, but what if people find out about us? Because obviously part of it's gone back in time. Like it doesn't make sense. They either needed to shift it all back or not. Like I just think this is such a confusing and frustrating episode, and it's right over really important information. Like, yeah, because obviously everyone knows about Emily and Paige. So when they're like, what if people find out about us? I'm thinking, what if they find out about what? Like, what is the A? And then I'm thinking, oh no, they just mean about them being gay, because this part of the scene is back in time. But then the other part is following the episode from yesterday. Like, it's just terribly written. I can't lie. I'm not a fan of that episode. Like, my memory card cut me off. Oh, I've got 5 minutes left of the episode, so we'll see. I'm going to eat my lunch, watch this, and then start cracking on with the bits that I listed earlier. And then I don't have any plans. My cousin's actually not gone into hospital today. I kept today free because she's in hospital, but they had to move her appointment. But yeah, obviously I still don't have plans, so I'm just still gonna have a chilled evening. I built some of my house last night on Sims, and I'm gonna continue with that probably, and then just continue watching this a bit later as well. I'm seeing my best friend tomorrow, which I'm so excited for, literally so excited.
Allie was right. None of us has any guts.
You figured it out yet?
I wish you'd stop saying that.
Have you? Because this car is just about out of gas.
So am I.
See, like now, that makes me think that it's her subconscious, like, all talking to itself to try and figure out all the pieces that she's been reading, because she's gone on like this mad rampage for the last couple of days where she's read every story, she's researched fits, like she's done all of this stuff, so all of this information is in her head. And the way that they're all speaking in that scene is, I get the impression that it's like Spencer speaking to herself to try and work out, where is it, like where is it in the book, like they could have made it more apparent that this was a dream, because the whole time I've been like, but is that a real bit of information, or is that, like, it's just confusing. Like, there's no point of her passing out or like going to bed, anything where you think, oh, this could be a dream. It's just from one scene to the next, it just cuts to black and white, and it just, I think that could have been written a little bit better.
Why are you doing this? Just come out and talk to me. Please, just don't do this. Please come out and talk to me.
Oh. My heart. I swear to God, I am so influenced by things like sounds and just senses in general. Like, I am so emotional, and literally just that sound, like my heart is beating so fast. Like, I don't know why. This is why I can't watch like scary films and stuff, because you know when people are like, oh, it's so fun, like no, it's really not fun for me. Like, there's no enjoyment. Like, imagine how you feel and then amplify that by 10. That's how I feel. Like I generally have gone through such a draining experience emotionally, and like my heart will literally, like, it will feel like I'm having a heart attack. Like I get so stressed, like I can't detach. It's so funny, but I literally do. Even like I think I've said this on my YouTube, but I was watching The Joker before with my family, and my brother was wetting himself. Like I've said this before, my brother's more like logical and I'm just irrationally emotional. And we're watching the film and I was literally like sobbing. I was feeling so much empathy for him because you saw like his backstory and how unfair like he was treated and why he had like the warped sense of reality, and like there was just so much going on. And then I'd feel like scared when you needed to feel scared, and I was just like going through this whole journey. My brother was just sitting like in my front room. I've got sofas opposite each other and I was sitting on one and he was sitting on the other, and he was just sitting there absolutely cracking up at me. He was like, you are just literally a director's film. Like you feel exactly what they want you to feel at the right time. Like, and I am, like I literally do. I really, really do. I feel everything and I can't detach, and I have to like tell myself like that's a film, it's not reality, like detach. And like honestly, and it's why I just don't like to watch like horror movies, etc., because it's just not enjoyment. It's the same as like roller coasters. I don't know if it's like I feel adrenaline a little bit higher, like I feel it so intensely. So other people are like, oh, this adrenaline rush is great, but for me that adrenaline rush is so high, like it actually drains my body. Like it's the same with, like I say, roller coasters. Like obviously with roller coasters, like you get a big adrenaline rush, but for me I feel like I've had a heart attack. Like I have to take a minute after and like take some deep breaths, and like it's such an intense experience for me. This wasn't even that tense of a scene, but just literally you put the right music in and that's it, my heart's beating 10 times faster. Like it's just so funny. I think I remember that Ezra's writing a book, because this is where it gets really confusing, because they bring other people in as A, or that you think are A, and you're trying to like, I'm trying to remember what I know as well, because I know that Charles is A, like I know the whole Charles and Stacey storyline, but right now like Ezra so looks like A. I've tried to work it out, but Aria must have been like 15, 16 when they met. I'm gonna go with 16, and he must have been like 23, 24 maybe. So you slept with a 16-year-old girl just to get a story and write a book. Like, do you have any integrity? Or I don't know, like that does not make me like him at all. Like I really don't like Ezra. I don't. And it's so funny because when you're younger, you look at things like that, like, oh, like your teacher, and it's so attractive, and he's so attractive, and he's so good looking, and like he's so mysterious, and he's into literature, and then you grow up and you're like, red flag, this is so questionable, like no, and this is uncomfortable, literally. Yeah, and I really don't like him. That's what I mean by like, I think I have different opinions of all the boyfriends, and I'd definitely say like Caleb is up there with one of my favourites, and Ezra is down there with one of my least favourites generally. But yeah, and I am also someone that just thinks you shouldn't do anything at the cost of integrity, or like even art. Like it shouldn't become all so consuming that that's the only thing you care about. You should have other values, and there's other important values to have. And yeah, I'm really debunking this. It's just a TV show, but that is how I feel. Just like, what? I don't know. I'm so uncomfortable. It's currently 2:30. I'm just going to take my stuff out into the kitchen, sort the kitchen out because it needs tidying. And I'm going to make myself a coffee, and I'm going to crack on with my bits and pieces. It's so nice. I swear to God, I'm actually dancing maybe 90% of the time. Like, generally, I just love music. Like, isn't it amazing how music makes you feel, and like how great you feel like just having a little jam? Like honestly, I think that is my best advice. Like if you're ever in a weird headspace, like I just love going for a drive, or honestly like even just as soon as I stick like my music on, put my headphones on, I'm just like, yeah, I'm vibing. Like what was wrong? I love it. Like, it raises my vibrations. It's the most effective way to raise my vibrations, without a doubt. Like, that's something I've learned about myself. I like have a little dance like every morning. Yeah, like whenever, like on a Sunday when I'm doing like my meal preps and like doing my spring clean, because I do like a weekly clean every week, and like I do my clothes wash, all of that. Like, I always just have music on, my headphones on, and I'm just like living my best life. I just love it, honestly. And it is another way that I like, you know, I say I always have to have something on, like it's either music or the TV, but yeah, a lot of the time I lean on music as well, and it's just like puts me in such a good mood. I'm getting some better systems together as well, because, you know, I was talking about my workflow and how like I'm just trying to get in some better systems with it. So like I've got systems on my laptop now where like I dump footage into an edit folder, and then once it's edited it goes into a separate folder, so like it goes into stages. And I've also like made myself this little wallet. I've just paper clipped a bit of paper together, and it says if a memory card is in here it needs wiping. When I have a memory card I have to offload the footage onto my laptop, but I have to put it into the camera to remove it, because when I first started editing I put my memory card in my laptop and I clicked all of the clips and I deleted them, and when I put the memory card back in my camera I had completely screwed the frames per minute, so I couldn't record on them memory cards anymore. And I had like 128 gigabyte worth of storage on a memory card. Like, I had really large memory cards that were just so useful, but I couldn't reuse them. So I've learned that I have to put the memory card in the camera to delete the footage, otherwise it really screws up with the frames per second. I can use them for photos but not for videos, because obviously you have more frames per second in a video than a photo. So this is like, you told me this a year ago, I'd be like, what are you talking about? Like, my knowledge on cameras is so little. Like, I love the art of filming, and I love the art of like, you see something in your head and then you put it together through clips, or you can get messages across through like clips and certain audios and editing, and like I love the art of that, but like the actual practicalities of like cameras I have no knowledge on, like generally. I didn't even know this camera could take photos until recently. Like, yeah, that is really embarrassing, but we're gonna admit it, it's the truth. So yeah, I'm really like starting to learn more about cameras, and like obviously content is something that I enjoy so much and I want to go into it. So I want to be like a specialist in all the equipment, and I want to understand, I want to educate myself. Like, I love learning, like when there's something that I really want to get good at, like I want to know everything, like I want to understand everything. I'm very much like that. I'm a why, you know, like you get that 3-year-old like why. I'm like that now. Like, this goes out to everyone that's ever trained me in a job. I appreciate you and your patience, because I know what I'm like. I want to know everything. I want to know why. Like, why does the business do that? Why do they think it's a good business decision? Or why, what effects does this have on the rest of the operations? Or like I want to understand the background. Like, generally I'm such an in-depth person like that. So yeah, I get like that with anything that I do. And I know that I'm a headache to train, because you tell me to do a task and I don't absorb it until I know every ins and outs. So yeah, it can be frustrating. But it's just how my brain works. So yeah, and I'll have better chance of like retaining the information and being able to do the task if you give me that information of the background. So yeah, that is exactly what I'm like. So but yeah, I want to be really good. I want to be able to get like cinematic shots, and I just want to dive into this more. And same with editing, like I want to try different editing styles. I want to be like a really good editor. I want to know how to do everything. So yeah, I've like collected a few like courses or like things that I've seen online where people are talking about it, and I've put them into like my little study list, and I'm going to work through that, and I might do like some courses, and I'm gonna have a look what's out there. But yeah, I really want to like work on my skill set around filming, editing, everything in that place. But I completely even forgot. Oh, I was talking about the systems. I go around such a loop, honestly. This is why I always have so much footage. When I say like I'm gonna just film a little bit, like I end up with so much footage because I can't just say a direct point. I have to go like here first, forget a bit, and then come back, and then we land where I was supposed to. But yeah, so I've made myself this little system now. And and if it's in here I need to wipe it off because it has to go in my camera. And there might be a case like right now where I'm filming that it's not the best of times for me to put this in and delete them all because I'm right in the middle of like filming stuff, and yeah, it's just not a great time. So if it's in here, it needs wiping, because what I'll do is I'll transfer the footage onto my laptop. Honestly, I do this so many times. I'll transfer the footage onto my laptop, put it in my camera, and then doubt. Did I? Am I losing a bunch of clips? It's because I've lost clips in the past and I know how painful that is, that I always like worry that I'm deleting something and I haven't transferred it, and I have to like physically see it on my laptop as I'm going through and deleting it, otherwise I don't trust myself and I think, oh, what if you lose a clip and then you've like thrown yourself out and you can't post. Sorry for the background noise, there was some teenagers walking past my house and my window was open. Yeah, so I will always doubt and I have to see it on there whilst I'm deleting it. So if I've put it in here, it means it needs wiping, and I don't doubt myself. So I'm creating these little systematic things, but this is what I mean, like you don't realise how much things are better when you're in like a habit of things, and when you're doing something new, like you've got to recreate all new routine. I just can't wait to be like fully in a systematic place. But then I think I just need to let go of that idea, because as soon as I'm in that systematic place, that means that I've got more capacity to take something new on, because other things are more habitual, so I don't have to give it as much conscious thinking. So like I will always want to, I think like I won't let myself get in that place of like just fully being systematic, because I then get bored and I need something new. So I've kind of let go of the idea that I'm ever going to be in that place, because I just don't think I will do that. Hi guys, so I just wanted to jump on quickly and just say thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed just these little updates on things that have been going on in my life currently, and they're also things that I've already spoken about on my channel, so I wanted to keep you guys posted. I also hope you enjoyed my review of Pretty Little Liars. I'll keep you guys posted throughout me watching that as well. Like I say, comment down below if you have watched it, what your thoughts are, who's your favourite character. I want to know everything. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.